So good morning, dear students. So today I will be teaching you this particular subject, pharmaceutical process chemistry, MPC 204T, in this particular semester. So I'm starting with Unit 5, Industrial Safety, Material Safety Data. This is the topic of today's lecture. Okay. So under this, we will be discussing material safety data sheets, then hazard levels of chemicals and personal protection equipments. Now, first we'll discuss what is material safety data sheet. So material safety data sheet, it is a well-organized document that contains all the information about a chemical. Now we in the laboratory we are using different kind of chemicals, different kind of substance, and we are while doing different type of experiments. So before using those chemicals and substance, we must be knowing the basic properties. We should know the basic information also. Why? Because many of them, they are very caustic. Sometimes they are corrosive. They can produce several type of health hazards. So if we are not aware about this, then they can cause different kind of accidents. Like some lab students, they can lose their say eyes, or somewhat some burning can cause, then fire accidents can cause by just because of the negligence. Okay, so because of this, this particular document, it helps us, and we can use them very safely. The chemicals, they can be used very safely just because of this particular document. So material safety data sheet provides the basic information on a material or chemical products. It describes the properties, potential hazards, and how to use it safely, and what to do in emergency. That is, if there is some emergency, if there is some accidental spillage, then what we can do just to save ourselves. Okay, so this is a very important document, and whenever we are dealing with different type of chemicals, they helps us. Okay, now this material safety data sheet, it contains the information about the potential health effect of the exposure of chemical, other potential dangerous chemicals, then safe procedures for handling of these products, then proper procedures for handling, storage, then particularly in case of spillage and accident, whenever there is accident or spillage, we need to know about the information about the chemicals. Okay, so this information we can get from the material data sheet. So the different type of hazards can be there, these chemicals, they can be corrosive, they can cause us burning in the skin. When they spill over the skin, they can cause damage over the different type of surfaces. Then various kind of health hazard can be there. Accidentally, we can even if we are not using the chemicals properly, they can damage our eye, they can damage any organ of a body. Then they can be toxic. Some are carcinogenic, some are mutagenic, so some are very toxic. So all this information, basically this information is displayed over the label also. So some are highly flammable, then some few of them, they are hazardous to environment, some are oxidizing, and some are explosive. So usually these symbols, they are indicated over the label, that is label of the chemicals. Now we'll talk about the what does this particular document includes, that is what material safety data sheet contains. So basically it contains the name of the chemical, that is name can be IUPAC name, then common name or synonym is there. So material data sheet, it contains the name of the chemical, then the composition of the chemical, then the different type of hazard that can be possible because of that chemical. It is mentioned in the material data sheet. Then what type of first aid measure we can take just to overcome those hazards, they are also displayed in the material data sheet. Then the firefighting measures, they are mentioned, like in case of accident if happens, then what type of firefighting measures we can take just to overcome that particular problem. Then information regarding the proper steps to be taken when this chemical is spilled out. Then what should be the proper condition of handling and storage of that chemical, they are mentioned. Then the personal protection equipments, basically whenever we are using the chemicals, we must know how to use it, what are the particular procedure, what are the different personal protection equipment which should be used before using that chemical. Okay, so all this information is given in this. Then some physical chemical properties of the particular chemical, they are also given in this. Then information about the stability, reactivity, they are there in the material safety data sheet. Then toxicological information, disposal. Disposal means whenever we have used and when we have to dispose of that particular chemical, what is the procedure of dispose of that particular chemical. Then whenever we are transporting it, what should be the correct way of transporting from one place to another place, so that there is a minimum chances of hazard by using that chemical. Then regulatory requirement. So basically the government has given some regulatory requirement for certain type of hazardous chemicals, so that are also mentioned in the material data sheet, material safety data sheet. Okay, now here I want to tell you that SDS, that is safety data sheet, is similar to the material safety data sheet, both are same. Next is material data sheet also includes the health effect, exposure limit, then this information about the carcinogenicity, whether it is cancer causing or not, everything. Then basically this material data sheet must be readily accessible to the students or the employees where they are working in the industry. Next is the purpose of MSDS, that is material safety data sheet. So basically the purpose of the material data sheet is it provides the information, specific information related to the chemical that can be found quickly and easily. Basic purpose is just to find it quickly and easily. Then all the known hazardous chemical substances, this MSD is commonly available. Then basically it ensures that the hazardous chemical information is available, so that that chemical can be used safely, handled and stored safely. Who prepares the MSDs, that is material safety data sheet, is prepared by the chemical manufacturer, then distributor and the importers. Basically these are responsible for preparing material safety data sheet. Then basically it contains the current, that is the material data sheet must be provided in the updated, or we can say the current form. It should contain all the information, all the updated information. Therefore it should be reviewed, it should be revised, and every 5 years, to make it sure that the information is correct and updated. Then there are various standards of MSDS. It is available in different standard formats, like one is Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Then another is Chemical National Standard Institute, ANSI Format. Then NFPA Format, National Fire Protection Association. Then HMIS Format, Hazardous Material Identification System. So all these, they are their different formats of MSDS. So like for example, first we'll discuss about the OHSA format, that is Occupational Safety and Health Administration Format. So under this there are 9 sections. That is section 1, it gives us information about the supplier, who is the supplier, details about the supplier. Then in section 2 we get the information about the dangerous ingredients about it. And then next is all the physical and the chemical properties, they are mentioned in section 3. Then fire and explosion hazard data is given in section 4. Then reactivity data is given in section 5. Health hazard data is mentioned in is section 6. Precautions for the safety, handling and uses, it is given in section 7. Then what are the different control measures we can take is mentioned in section 8. Then shipping information is mentioned in section 9. So according to this format, this MSDS information is classified into 9 sections. So next one is this ANSI standard form of MSDS. Basically it is specified by American National Standard Institute, and ANSI. Okay, so according to this, basically the MSDS is classified, or information is given in 16 sections. Almost the sections are same, like name of the product, company identification, composition, then hazard identification, first aid measures, firefighting measures, accidental release measure, information about the handling and storage, exposure control, personal protection, then physical chemical properties, stability, reactivity, toxicological information, ecological information, disposal consideration, transport information, regulatory information, and other information. So basically almost the detail is almost same in different MSDS formats. Only the difference is the sections can vary. Okay, so another format is NFPA, that is National Fire Protection Association. So according to this system, it indicates about the health, fire, flammability, reactivity hazards of the chemical in the diamond shaped object. That is, you can see in the slide, there is a diamond shape in which the 4 different colors are mentioned, that is red, yellow, blue and white. So red color, it indicates fire hazard. Yellow color, it shows the instability of the chemical. Blue color, it shows the health hazard. White, it specifies the specific hazard. So now the severity of the hazard is usually indicated as number. Like 0 number indicates the minimum hazard, whereas 1 it indicates slight specific hazard, number 2 it indicates moderate, 3 serious, and 4 severe. So usually these numbers, they are indicated between the diamond shape indicator, or we can say the diamond shape object. The numbers, they are mentioned according to the number. We can say the hazard is whether severe or moderate or minimum. So usually this particular diamond shape object is used just to reflect the particular hazards. Okay, next you can see the same thing, like in this blue indicates the health hazard, red indicates the fire hazard, yellow indicates the instability hazard. So like number 4, if we say if 4 number is indicated in the blue diamond box, it indicates it is a deadly health hazard, hazardous substance. So special full protection suit is needed for handling that particular chemical, and breathing apparatus must be worn. That means if a chemical, if it is having the blue diamond is containing 4 number, then it reflects that it is a deadly hazardous to the health. Okay, and if say 3 is there, it is extremely hazardous or dangerous, then second hazardous, 1 is slightly hazardous, and 0 normal material. So if it is a normal material, no number will be there in that blue box. Then it's in the same way, if we are talking about the fire hazard, then usually if number 4 is reflected in the red diamond box, it is very flammable. If 3 is indicated, then it will ignite under normal temperature condition. Okay, then if the 2 number is there in the red diamond box, it ignites with moderate heat. And if there is only 1 number, it ignites when preheated, and 0 will not ignite. That means if we are putting here any number between 0 to 4, we can know what is the susceptibility to the burning. Okay, next we'll talk about the yellow, that is instability. Number 4, if we represent 4 number in yellow box, it may denote under the normal conditions. Then if 3, it may denote with shock or heat. Then 2, it indicates violent chemical change but does not denote it. So that means if there is some number between 0 to 4 in blue box, red box, and yellow box, it all indicates the degree of the severity of different type of hazards, that is health hazard, fire hazard, and instability. Now we'll talk about the white diamond box. So under the white diamond box, usually the symbols like OX represent oxidizer, ALK is alkaline, W with the underline use no water, SA simply anaphylactic, then ACID acid, COR is corrosive, and we can see the black fan, it is radioactive. That means any of these symbols like OX, LAX, and different, they are represented, which indicates that the chemical is either oxidizer, alkaline, acid, corrosive, or reactive, whatever. That is, by using these symbols, we indicate what type of property that particular chemical is having. Like for example, if we indicate OX in a white diamond box, OX indicate it is a strong oxidizer. Okay, or if say water W with underline, it shows use no water with that chemical. That is, water should not be used with that chemical. So this is the way how we represent the different type of hazard according to NFPA hazard rating diamond system. So this is a type of format which is used at the international level. Even this is developed. Next is who needs to use this. So basically the lab students, then the employees in the industries, they all who in the emergency, they want to know the key information about the chemicals. Then they usually in the case of chemical spillage or accident, they need to use this MSDS information. Basically, it is used just to reduce the harm to themselves. And sometimes if we, before using these chemicals, we want to know what type of personal protection equipments they are needed before you opening the bottle of that chemical. So all this is the basically why we need the MSDS. Next, we'll talk about the hazard labels of the chemicals. So, hazard label quickly informs the user, uh, mm, users or the hazard level associated with the certain chemicals. Um, so, we have already discussed this thing, that is there are different 9 different labels which are being used, very commonly used, just to express the hazards which are possible for using particular chemical. Like first one is gas under pressure. So almost the gases which are under pressure, pressurized condition or liquefied condition, this symbol is used so that we can indicate that the particular hazard, explosive hazard can be there. That is like in oxygen cylinder, oxygen gas is in the liquefied form, so it must be handled carefully, otherwise the problem can be there. So corrosive is the another thing. The chemicals, generally they are highly reactive chemicals, so they can be highly reactive to the skin. It can produce burning to the skin. So the personal protection equipments like gloves must be used before using them. Goggles must be used. Okay, next is serious health hazard. The chemicals must not be siloed. Otherwise, if they are siloed while pipetting or something else, then they can go into our body, and then it can create a problem. So, if you are highly toxic substance, okay, so flammable, health hazard, flammable. So these are the different symbols. So we can say these are the hazard pictograms or MSDS warning symbols. So they alert us. Okay. like skull and crossbones. They are used for acute toxicity. Okay, so these are the symbols we have already seen. So we have already discussed that the three main kind of hazard are possible, like health hazard, fire hazard, reactivity hazard. So health hazard can be the chemical can contact to the skin, like strong acid can cause burns. Then fire hazards, like where are several inflammable chemicals, they can cause like propane can cause burns and explode easily. Okay, so and there are environmental hazards. So again we can see that what are the different kind of health hazards. Health hazards like carcinogenicity, or the chemicals, they can be carcinogenic, they can be mutagenic, can cause mutation in the DNA. Carcinogenic can cause cancer. So few of them, they are reproductive toxicity. The fertility can be reduced. Then respiratory sensitizer. So they can affect the respiratory system. Then all these. Then few are flammable. Then skin irritant, skin sanitizer, acute toxicity. These are represented at exclamatory mark. Exclamatory mark. Then gas in cylinder. Generally, when the chemicals they are under pressure, they are indicated as a gas in cylinder. Then corrosive. All this. So skull and crossbone, it shows acute toxicity. Okay. So these are the phrases, risk phrases, which are mentioned over the label, like explosive when dry, risk of explosion by shock, friction, fire, or other sources of ignition. R3, that is, these are the phrases which are mentioned over the in this material safety data sheet. Uh, like forms a very sensitive explosive metallic compound, or sometimes heating may cause explosion. Then explosive with or without contact here. And so some are, few are highly flammable, extremely flammable. These are the different terms which are being used for the chemical depending upon their chemical properties. Okay, react violently with water. Then contact with water liberate extremely flammable gas. Harmful by inhalation, harmful in contact with the skin, harmful if swallowed, toxic by inhalation, toxic in contact with the skin, toxic if swallowed, very toxic by inhalation, very toxic in contact with the skin, very toxic if swallowed, contact with water liberate toxic gases, and so on. So like contact with acid liberate toxic gases, contact with acid liberates very toxic gases, and so on. So many different type of phases are being used just to um, express the uh, uh, information about the particular chemical. Next, we'll talk about the personal protection equipments. So, each of you must be knowing about the different type of personal protection equipment which we are using in the laboratory, like when we are opening the bottle of ammonia, like we must use goggles. Why? Because their bottle, the fumes, it flash off from the bottle. So goggles is one of the protection equipment which protects our eyes. Then you can see when this head protection is there. Then hearing protection. Few of the noise problem is there. Then we use hearing protection, that is in basically in the industries, just because of machines or different noise of machine, we generally use this hearing protection equipment. Okay, just to protect our ears, and noise pollution, just to protect our ears, or the ears from the noise pollution. So goggles, then overhead object, and then hearing protection aid is there. Next is mask. Nowadays we all are very familiar about the mask. We all are using masks just to protect ourselves from the COVID-19 virus. Now mask can also be used. Basically, it is used in the laboratory just to protect us from the different type of fumes, just to prevent the inhalation of the fumes. So it provides us protection, that is respiratory protection. Mask, it provides a respiratory protection. Then hand protection, generally we use hand gloves. Okay, so that we are not come in direct contact with the different type of chemicals. We can protect our skin from the different type of chemicals. Then comes the clothing. We use apron just to protect our body surface from different type of chemicals, harmful chemicals. So aprons can be used. Okay. Then sometimes boots are also used for the protection of foots. So foot protection equipments are used. Sometimes sleepers are used. So basically, these are the different production equipments which can be used in industries, in the laboratories, to protect ourselves from the different type of chemicals. So that's all in today's class. Thank you so much.